is up, you guys? It has been a long time no see. At least over here, in regards, your girl, I think I caught the flu. Okay, those of y'all who watched my last video, Rest was Beverly Hills, I was out. Okay, fever, body aches, everything. I didn't have it in me to even get up. But I'm finally starting to feel just a little bit better, and so I'm trying to play catch up. You guys, I know Love During Lockup, I need to go back and watch that. I think an episode of that dropped, so y'all give me some time. I might be able to squeeze a review out of that. But I'm really just trying to play catch up. What we're going to talk about, no, I got Married to Medicine after this. So what we're going to talk about right now is Love Marriage Huntsville. Love Marriage Huntsville, as much as it is like draining sometimes, we actually did get a pretty decent season, just for the sake of like the real true conversations that really need to be had. Now, from the reunion, you know, Carlos does seem to be getting in Martell's ears just a little bit more, because like the conversations that really need to be had under all this mess that's going on, they really don't be having. And so like we have a lot of, you know, things that, you know, meat and potatoes to get into with each, you know, couple. But as far as this episode, I am handing out a few SADIDDY awards, okay? You hoes the SADIDDY. That's literally the only word I'm thinking of. Like, it's all tree, y'all is about to get some SADIDDY awards, okay? And y'all, I'm sure y'all know who exactly they are, okay? But if you're new to your girl's channel, I appreciate you for tuning in. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Make sure you drop a like in the collection plate, all right? It does your girl wonders in this algorithm, okay? We try to flood out this algorithm from all, you know, them people over there that support that orangutan, you know, Cheeto dusted, termite looking ass man, okay? But yeah, when you drop a like in the collection plate, it does your girl wonders, okay? But yeah, Love Marriage Huntsville, let's go ahead and get into it. So we pick up where we left off with Nell's bachelorette party. Now look, the idea of the bachelorette party in itself wasn't terrible, but I'm gonna stick to what I said the last time. As far as a bachelorette party, this should have been held like at a hotel room. Like, there should have been like maybe like an ensuite or something, because it would have made the mood like a little more sexy, you know, like, because when you get bachelor energy, it just kind of gives like evening time, you know. I felt like as she did a room and then had like the painters like in the middle, so when the girls came in, you know Destiny, but Destiny was the one planning it. So I think Destiny just volunteered herself to plan this because she wanted to be involved in the season more. That's just what my opinion is. So yeah, Trish and Melody just got done, you know, getting into it, shots fired, tennis match with each other. Now here come the next damn problem, Sunni and Destiny. You get SADIDDY award number 1, okay? Can I get Destiny to the front, please? Can I get Destiny to the front? Yes, ma'am. You know, I need you to come and collect the SADIDDY award, okay? So you just got on Melody and Trish about, oh, y'all acting out, you know, we shouldn't be doing this at Nell's bachelorette party. Like, I knew the minute she started piping up, saying like little comments, I knew she was looking for a fight with somebody that night. And so Sunni was gonna get it regardless. Whether it be Mel or Sunni, because Destiny is giving obsessed with Mel at the moment too, but we'll talk about that at the end of the episode. So Sunni comes in, hey you guys, hey, sits down, and she's like, damn, I can feel the energy, like what popped off? The girls, they separate or whatever. Mel says hi to Sunni. And she basically says hi to Sunni, bye to everybody else. You know, Mel is literally the definition of Marshawn Lynch. I'm here so I don't get fined. Like, she show up, do my job, and dip. And we can't be mad at Melody for that, because if we truly think about the shit that Melody's gone through on this show and what these people have, you know, been in the mix of putting her through in the life, like, can we really be mad at Melody like that? She's just drawn a boundary, and she's sticking to it, okay? So Now it's time, to get into the activity. The lady's like, okay, y'all gonna paint on the man. Nell, we gonna have you paint the snake, okay? And then, of course, we had a girl there, too. Sorry if my voice is kind of raspy. I'm still kind of getting over the sickness a little bit. So, yeah, they are painting and everything. Nell's laugh to me, though, is the freaking cutest. That little squeal, oh my gosh. I don't know, it just does me in. So, she's squealing and she painting or whatever. And it was like, for a moment, you didn't even realize it was Sunni and Destiny painting on the same body until they panned the camera up. And so here Nell, her mess ass talking about, ooh, shoot, we painting the snake together. Sunni and Destiny, y'all used to sharing the same snake. And Destiny said, oh, and Sunni was like, come again? Even Tisha heard it because they were sitting like they were over on the girl's body and then the dude's body. And Tisha said, here go Nell, being messy, And so speaking of Tisha, y'all, Tisha's looks have been really dope this season. This bolted co-word set that she had is actually really cute. It's edgy with the bolt rings on the front of the pants. But yeah, so that of course incites, fight number 2 with these girls. So now Tisha's over there speaking to Sunni, just really kind of being cordial. And when I tell you, Destiny literally just walked across in between them, and then she kind of looked at Tisha and then walked. And so Tisha looked at her and was like, you could tell Destiny was just giving her the look of, all right, you gave her 2 minutes, stop talking. And it's kind of like, Destiny, this is where I'm leaning into the SADIDDY award, okay? Is this and the other stuff later on. I get why you're upset at Sunni and Moses, and you have every right to be, but if Sunni is going to be on this show, then you're going to have to do exactly what you're complaining that Melody's doing. You say, oh, she can't get over things. Everybody can still come together and, be here for one another. And it's like, granted, yes, this is a fresh situation, but the general consensus is still the same of you're going to have to be around people that you don't really F with like that. And so you now got to put on the face of we F with each other, but we really don't, because that's essentially what you're saying. Just play, get along. But nonetheless, Sunni's like, she don't want you talking to me. And so she was like, I don't know, it's a problem. It's always gonna be a problem with me. I don't even know. And so Tisha's like, well, what can we do to fix it? And Sunni just like, just stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Here you go, Destiny. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about what I want. Okay. Swinging the ponytail, and so she clapping and everything. And so, Sunni, I guess, Destiny, now if you have been on whatever podcast or whatever, show you be talking, she said every Monday, there you are. So I don't know, does Destiny have like a little, I don't know, live or something that she does on Mondays? Because I also remember that was around the same time that when they got back from the vacation. And so I remember it kind of being a thing, because y'all remember when Destiny was sitting on the bench with Martell, she literally was discussing how she was talking about Melody on live or whatever. She's like, she was talking shit basically. And so, yeah, I think maybe that's what Sunni's referring to. But Destiny, you keep saying, because as Sunni said, get over it. And she's like, I've been over it. I've been over before it was done. And so it's like, but you're still acting this way. Now you sitting here talking about, bitch, I really drag you. She's like, you too busy paying attention to me. Had you been paying attention to your husband, he wouldn't be locked up right now. I say, oh, wait a minute. That was a little bit, she did hit him with a little, with a quick little uppercut, okay, when she said that. But Sunni did, hit her with a good one too. She said, you gonna be locked up, because Destiny was doing all this, rah-rah. And so she leaves, and goes outside. And so Tisha checks on her. And so Tisha's like, Destiny, like, what's going on? She said, girl, I'm coming out here to calm down, because when I told her, like, I drag her, I really meant it. And she looks at Tisha like, when I said I was going to drag her, I meant it. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, bitch, you just got a mugshot. And you trying to get another one? And you sit here, like Sunni said, you sitting here talking about Moses locked up, but y'all gonna be locked up together, gonna be on the next season of Love During Lockup, because Sunni definitely is a I call it a popo hoe type of bitch, and I can't even be mad at that. Shoot, I play smart, okay? And I mean, she can do it, but ain't like she gonna get enough from you. I mean, let me stop. But nonetheless, it's the principle. So, you can sit there and fight, but, it's going to get taken to the courts. Nonetheless, Tisha just sitting there looking at Destiny like, I don't even know what to say. It is what it is. Destiny, go up another size, just one more size up. I just didn't like the fact that she just kept having to pull the dress down, because it is one of those slick dresses, and I know exactly what type that material is. It's one of them dresses you got to go a size up, because it work your way up when you walk in. But nonetheless, she goes back in there. Did anything happen after that when she went back in there? I don't think so. I can't remember if I think that they talked about anything. Nell did say that, she was kind of upset that Mel left. When she comes to her event, she makes sure she stays for the whole damn thing. I'm sure Mimosas was Melody was probably a good 2-hour event, and you came here, but Nell gets it. She's like, but, I'll take her presence, when it's here. But yeah, so moving on. After that, I'm trying to think what happened after that. Okay, so we actually get into the wedding. The wedding was, renewal was super beautiful. Y'all, Nell come hobbling into the damn building. And it was just like, damn, what happened? She was like, get something to wrap my ankle, because I done sprained it. And when they put her foot up and I saw that big old baseball size knot on the side of her ankle, I had PTSD, because I played sports growing up. Y'all, when I tell you, playing basketball, I played volleyball and basketball. So I sprained my ankle playing volleyball. I had to be on crutches for 2 months. Got off those crutches. A week later in basketball, sprained my motherfucking ankle again. Can you imagine how, hurtful that shit is? How pissed off you'd be getting off crutches for a month and a half? You now from volleyball season. Now I done took a week off, or like I'm now a week fresh off these crutches in basketball season, and then sprain that bitch again only a week later. Ugh. So I saw her ankle had PTSD, because that's what my foot looked like, but probably like 2 times bigger. So I saw that ankle and just cringed. So they're all in there, and this is where we see Nell's, like, I think it was her niece or something like that. They was in there just giggling about what was happening to my girl. Shit, Destiny was eating her ass up. And so then they got to talking about Lance, because Lance came in, he said hi or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, Lance's hair did look nice. Actually, all their children, all the boys are pretty handsome, because I don't think Chris is ugly. I think he's actually attractive. But Lance, when he had the hair pulled back, it was giving, nice. And so after he left, that's when the sister starts on my Destiny, like, it's so crazy to see Destiny trying to fight over another dude, but are you talking to Lance? Like, is that not something? And Nell was like, talking about, like, no, like, I don't think so. I think it's just like a date situation. It's given, I don't even think they date. It's given like they sneaky links to me. It's like we mess around, we go to events each other, we ain't nothing, but you my little like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, but it's one of them things when you still taking a feel kind of away, because in this situation, Destiny is fresh out of a relationship. She know Lance is not the type to be married. Like, she knows that, especially with what she said at the end, in the wedding later. So, yeah, it's given. We just gonna mess around for the moment. But I hope y'all clarify that. But nonetheless, yeah, the cousin was feeling like, I don't know about that. So, Chris comes in. That was cute. Everybody starts showing up, right? So let's get into the shit. Okay. Everybody starts showing up, and Nell tells whoever, Lance, I think it is, hey, make sure, Martell, part the Red Sea, okay? And he was like, well, I don't know how Melody was like, I can handle Martell, and so it was very quite easy. Mel is gonna be on Nell's side because right is the bride and then left is the groom, right? I don't know. Either way, it don't matter. And so, Mel gets seated over there and everybody's on that side. So now you got Kimmy, Maurice, here come Martell. Martell came walking in. I said, nigga, where is your musket? Where is your musket? Because he had these goddamn diagonal buttons across that bitch. And I was just kind of like, Martell, first of all, you got all these damn suits. Where the suit line at, bro? Where the suit line at, bro? Once again, another start and stop situation. You don't know how to complete some shit, Martell. If you gonna do something, stop half-assing it. But now he over there coming in looking like Colonel Commander of nothing, of Neverland, Colonel Commander of I shoulda, coulda, woulda, because now he over there sitting there with Maurice. And then, so Kimmy starts filling them in on the fight, or just like the bachelorette party. Maurice and them, they did the usual strippers, big booty strippers, but did you notice though, it was really just Martell. He was throwing the money, but the dudes was just kind of behind him, like just sipping on their drink. You could tell they weren't really, they was they were trying to make sure, in this moment, bro. But Martell, he's single, it's different from Martell because he actually finally single. And so, yeah, so they were like, nothing much. And so Kimmy's like, well, it was a fight. She was like, one between, what'd she say? Oh, she was like, Sunni and Destiny got into it. And shoot, Melody and Tricia got into it. When I tell you Martell's old gangly ears perked up, ooh, what happened with Melody and Tricia? And now all of a sudden he's doing this thing of like, oh, too many people coming for Mel. Like, nigga, you all of a sudden this season, now you're trying to take on this, I'm not finna have people coming for Mel attitude. Nigga, she don't need your help, bro. All this trying to protect Melody, like, you don't do that well, sir. That's why you in the situation that you in, dumbass. So now sitting there with this fake ass thing of like, oh, people coming from, and then the way he perked up almost as if like he felt gratified that these two bitches is fighting over me. Like that's the problem with your damn ego. It's like, ooh, it just gave him like, ooh, are they fighting over me type energy. Ugh, I'm disgusted. So, Kimmy was like, she said, that's all you heard? And so she basically was like, just telling them, it was just between them. And so now Maurice and him are talking because Melody walks in, speaking of the devil. She come in, looking cute. She sits over there on that side. And there go Martell just over there. Melody, she ain't paying no attention. She, real bougie base. And now Martell just in there talking about, oh, I'm just really thinking about, everything. And, I'm just realizing like, I do want to get married, but, maybe like 5 years, cause, I'm dating women, but, I just ain't finding the right one. And Maurice is like, because you comparing? He was like, well, nah, but, he was like, no, but, yes, every woman that you're going to be with from now on, you are going to compare to Melody. That's the truth, because your peak of who you were was with that woman. But something that a lot of men forget is when they're at their peak is a lot of that is dependent upon how much of the fairy tale the woman allows you to live in. I say it that way because a lot of men convince themselves they're this because the woman allows them to believe it. I mean, low key. And also, we know that women being with a man is also part of the status. You know, having a woman, you being, you know, the king of your kingdom type shit. But if women got honest about the type of dudes that you were and how y'all ruled y'all's kingdom, that's why I say, you know, you being at the peak, Martell, you convinced yourself you was at this peak and you was, you know, being cat daddy. And then until Melody ripped that had to remind you, you don't get to have this fantasy based on the fact that it's the only reason you have it is because I'm staying. And that's what a lot of men's problem is. They feel like, oh my gosh, she did me dirty. And because you built this fantasy for the self, hinge it upon the fact that you feel like, you know, you have a woman that's not going nowhere. Because the minute she leaves, now here it is, you looking long-lipped like Martell sitting here talking about, oh, you know, it's so hard because, you know, the kids and, you know, they're not going to be able to experience certain things. And, you know, you sit here and remember what that fantasy was. But that only existed because Melody, like I said, Melody was there. Because you were still going to continue doing your bullshit, Martell. Like, you just were. But now it's like, oh, you know, I just, you know, I miss it. You know, I miss. Yeah, it should sting. It really should. Continue going to therapy and actually dig into your shit. So the dude walk in, I thought that whole Dr. Francis at first. I said Dr. Francis. But it actually was Fletcher's dad. So speaking of Fletcher, Marceau and Tisha walk in, y'all. Marceau walked in, and when I tell you he dapped up Martell, after that man said, like, why I oughta, you know, like, it's just, what? This is why I like this bullshit of like, oh, we're gonna be, you know, cordial with each other. After that, a certain extent, is why Martell's doing the shit that he's doing, because y'all keep doing this. It's people continue to do the shit sometimes and don't learn until you hit their ass back hard enough. And so Martell has become this monster because of the fact that everybody's allowed him to continue acting the way he does. And then come back being cordial for the show. Fuck that. That's why Melody, she come and like, no, I'm not doing that. Acting phony. So they sit down, and Melody's like, you know, I see everything's beautiful though. I'm here to witness it. It's just kind of crazy. They're all on the same side ever since, you know, that big fight that they had. So, yeah, Chris comes down. Destiny was over there too. Oh, and Latricia, y'all. When I tell you that blonde that Latricia had on, where was the toner? Where was the toner? Okay, that yellow ass weave that you had. Oh my God. And then Destiny, she came sat over there. Destiny. So Nell, she comes down. Everything's beautiful. They renew the vows. They kiss. The dress was cute. Nail body banging. She looked cute. See, her blonde had a nice toner to it. The roots were, you know, nice and brown. Okay, Trisha's hair was so confused. It didn't know if it wanted to be crooked or straight. Okay, it was just so confused. So they go inside, or not inside, they're under the thing. And so they're all just kind of chit-chatting. It's Destiny, Kimmy. Who was it? Destiny, Kimmy, Latricia was over there. And she's like, oh, you know, how was or she's like, how are you feeling after the party? She's like, how are you doing or whatever. She's like, you know, I thought it was a good night, you know, especially after the garbage left. And when she said it, Kimmy kind of looked like, and so Trisha kind of was like, you know, but Trisha, you one of the people who be taking jabs like unnecessarily. Like you're hitting first before somebody hits you. Like she was doing that to Mel the whole season. And so Kimmy kind of looked at her like, damn, even I kind of was like, yo, like, girl, you do understand, like, she's kind of a part of your employment, okay? Just saying. So then Lance come by and Destiny said, hey. And he said, well, hey. And Kimmy caught it like, that was kind of dry. And Destiny was like, why you acting like that? No, she's like, why you trying to make something? She was like, okay. So Lance come back around, and then he started talking about Kimmy and Tisha were like, oh, you look so handsome. Was that your son? He was like, yeah, he's so tall. He don't get his height from me. And Destiny was like, well, he gets his good looks from you. And he was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah. He was like, well, apparently a lot of people look good to you. And it was kind of like, oh, well, excuse me. And so then they do a playback. And I guess at the release, there was a little security thing. I ain't gonna lie. He was cute. He looked like a nice little something. If you need a little sprucing it up, if you need a little, okay, just to get a little folded like a pretzel real quick, he was giving that energy, okay? So I'm not mad at it. Destiny she's single, all right? And so I think Lance probably feeling like, I kind of attended this party for you. They need to have a conversation about where they shit is at. And so Kimmy was over there like, see, I wasn't starting nothing. I told you. She's like, Kimmy can read a room now. And so Destiny kind of felt like, well, nah, because at that party, you was making it seem like, oh, Destiny this, Destiny that, just being messy. Everybody be messy, you see? So, damn, one of Nell's family members done passed out. So they passed out, and then ambulance got to take them. Maurice over there talking to Martell, and he's like, oh, it's just so crazy because Mel at this time, he's like, oh, watching everybody here, this beautiful event, really is crazy that we're here. But I don't like that me and Mel can't even be in the same place. She's so avoiding me. This don't make no sense. And Maurice is right there, and he's like, yeah, she's acting right now like any other time. We can be cool, we be cordial, we be in the same place. And he's like, we talk just fine. Martell, if you don't stop motherfucking lying, because I know exactly what you're doing. You're taking her being cordial with you in family spaces, school spaces, doctor office spaces. Don't take those things and then turn it into y'all are good. Because the shit that you've done to Melody and the way that you continue to act out is not y'all are on good. And if she talks to you, it's about the motherfucking kids. I guarantee that, okay? Because you're not even supposed to be having any interaction with her unless it is about the kids. Point blank, period. And at this time, y'all were literally going through that court proceeding. So for you to sit there and be confused as to why this woman is avoiding you, do you know how crazy you have to be to know that you did that to somebody and be like, oh, why can't we be good for the kids? You're not good for the kids because you won't allow it to happen. Martell, you fucked up. Your wife left you. I get it. You probably thought she was going to stay, but she didn't. So pick your bootstraps up and stop it. I just don't understand how people do shit to people and are really confused how they don't want to be around them. Like Martell. I just don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. Couldn't. So they move their way in. Melody's sitting at the table, and they do a round of everybody at the table. I see Tricia once again with this yellow ass hair. And it's everybody there but Martell. Here come Martell, sashaying, dragging his chair from behind him, and he gonna slide it up to the table. When I tell you, Melody politely said, Nell, okay. 1, I love you. 2, you look great. 3, I'll see you. Y'all have a good night. And so she left. Here go Martell once again. Because everybody knew exactly why. Everybody's putting on a face right now. And yeah, Destiny's watching Melody leave, and she's like, Melody's ostracizing herself. Destiny, why are you constantly always making the shit that Mel does about you? Because she did that about something a few episodes back, and it confused the hell out of me. well, she did mimosas with Melody or something like that, and then she didn't get invited. It was something about that. And I was kind of like, bitch, that got nothing to do with you. And then you do this, and you sitting there like watching her do this, talking about, oh, she's ostracizing herself, and it just sees that all of us, we can, grow to do that, but she can't. Like, that's so sad. What do you want her to do, Destiny? Like, do you sit, like, I'm literally about to ask a question. Do you want to eat Melody's pussy? Because the way you have her name in your mouth is crazy to me. Especially in the fact that you go back and forth of clearly wanting to be her friend and missing her, and then wanting to put on this facade like you hate her and you don't like her. And I feel like a part of you does that out of trying to keep this like subconscious loyalty to Martell. Because you can't be friends with Melody if you kick it with Martell. So it's just like, the whole, like, the obsession with Melody for me this season with Destiny, I know I'm not the only one who saw it. So yeah. Oh yeah. So when Martell, you sitting here pulling this, it's so hard, we should be able to, come together in these events and heal. I said, ding, ding, ding. Martell, hold to the front. Martell, hold to the front. It's time for you to collect your SADIDDY award. See, this is what you don't understand. This is the healed version of Melody. You ain't met her yet. See, this is healed for Melody. This is cordial for Melody. You do not get to have access to Melody anymore. You do not get to experience Melody anymore. You had that opportunity and you burned it. And so this is the healed version of y'all being in an event together. But you can't sit there and be confused why you're beating up on somebody and they don't want to be around you. But Martell's always been used to continuously be able to do people just as dirty. So, him sitting there talking about, oh, like, we should be able to come together and be healed. Yeah, Melody healed right on up, okay? And now you sitting there over there like a wounded dog, okay? And then sitting there pouting, want people to come take care of you when you put yourself in that situation. Man, fuck out of here. So yeah, she leaves. Marceau with the fake shit, he got the table too. Destiny, we all can be together. What y'all are doing is faking right now. Cause for real, like Marceau said, like, I would not be here if it wasn't for this goddamn show fucking with Martell. Because Martell is fucking delusional. Nell and Chris, they do their beautiful dance. It was a nice event. So, I forgot y'all. Lance pulled Destiny to the side. Or no, Destiny pulled Lance to the side and was like, yo, what's up? Like, what was all that about earlier? He was like, man, shoot, I don't know what you're talking about. What's up? She was like, I mean, obviously something's bothering you, so tell me, but don't tell me in front of other people. He was like, I said it, But she was like, next time, pull me to the side where it's just me and you. And he was like, yeah. So she was like, it wasn't a big deal. All it literally was, Des trying to make it seem like, oh, you googly-eyed, and all it was me, waving the dude over, telling him to come back. Like, in the grand scheme of things, was it just this big thing? It really wasn't. Like, Kimmy definitely was putting a little sauce on it so it could be recognized for what it was, which was just, Destiny, okay. If Destiny trying to get that kitty licked, let her, like, damn, don't cramp her style, I ain't mad at any woman who trying to get that itch scratched, okay? What Sexy Red say? She want to get that cootie cat scratched, okay? The famous words of Jocelyn Hernandez. The cootie cat, okay? Yeah. Another thing too, speaking of cootie cat, Ariane, the fact that you've been giving this man cootie cat for all these goddamn years, and to literally watch him every time come on TV talking about, I don't know who I'm gonna marry. I ain't found the woman I'm gonna marry yet. And you literally were just doing an interview with this man trying to expose Marceau. Like, tragic. Yeah, after that, we get to the end of the episode with Tricia and Ken. SADIDDY award number 3. Because Tricia, this whole scene, full of shit. Full of shit. Can I get Trisha to the front, please? Can I get Trisha to the front? It's time for you to collect your award, the SADIDDY award. Because what in the actual was you getting mad at Ken for coming to you and wanting to get clarification on the shit that you lied about. So now Ken, he trying to come in on a soft landing. You could tell obviously this scene needed to be had because this whole season we've had everybody talk about the Martell and Trisha situation without actually seeing how Ken and Trisha worked through all that bullshit. And so behind the scenes, that's why Ken seemingly was like fighting on Trisha's behalf. But Trisha, you really did not give that man the download to be able to go in there and fight for you. That's why he was saying like, tell me, because when they was at the bowling alley, it's like, don't let me look dumb in front of these niggas. Like, if you know something, like, tell me so I'm not sitting there looking stupid. And so now Ken is asking her, you know, all about this information or whatever. And she's making it seem like, oh, you know, Marquez and Martell, they live rent-free in this house. You always talking about them. He's like, no, I'm not talking about them. Like, I'm talking about you. You know, like, with the Marquez situation, he done dropped some tea. Sorry, y'all. That Trisha messaged him talking about, I will take you back in a heartbeat. Wait a minute. When the fuck was that? So that's something that needs to get disclosed during the reunion. But but Ken, also, you was fucking with a married woman. So to think that there isn't a chance of her slightly taking her ex back is a little delulu in yourself. Ken, I do think you a pretty, you know, cool guy and everything, but the Captain Save-A-Ho mentality, Trisha is on a self-saboteur path right now. And it makes sense just because of what she's gone through with her parents. Like, literally, it makes sense. And trying to help her become a better version of this version, because she is always ready for battle. And it's apparent. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that she hasn't dealt with all the anger that comes with grief. She's lost 3 people. So imagine the amount of anger that you have built up about losing 3 people so close. Then how, from what it sounds like, trying to save her sister. Like, I'm sure every day she's battling of like replaying that in her head. Like, that's a lot. And so it still don't excuse you, Miss Trisha, though, because when you get asked about these niggas and you sit here and ain't answering questions in all honesty and transparency, don't get mad if Ken then hears more information from other people and then comes back to ask you about the other information that came out. Because it was like literally like just little gumdrops of information that was coming the whole motherfucking season, Trisha. So what? And so now I'm sitting here dying because Ken is like, you not gonna make me look like this. Like, I'm not sitting there asking about them. I don't care about them. Like, it's you. I'm literally telling you it's you. And so Trisha's like, no, it's you. Like, she just was not wanting to back down, and she preferred to pick a fight instead of being honest about where she effed up. And that's the sad part. You're picking a fight instead of just being honest because you don't want to look bad. I get it, but don't make the situation worse out of trying to avoid accountability. So now he's getting at you. He's like, it's you. And she's like, well, why are you so invested? Excuse me. The fact that Ken is asking you, like, what? This man is literally taking care of you, your kids, and I mean, not just financially, but like he's really involved in your life. And when he asks you, you know, about the only answer that you got for him is,
sometimes my business ain't your business.
Oh, okay.
So don't be asking me that, what I'm doing. Could I have my business to myself sometime?
You're out of line. You're out of line. So now Ken gets up. He's like, y'all want reality? Y'all want reality? Man, let's go. I pay for all this shit. You know, now Trisha's like, gotta go. She was like, well, that's it. It's over. I pay for all this shit. You know, I ain't pay for this, Trisha. Let's tell him. Like, she was like, no. He's like, this broke down ass car. She was like, well, my brother's gonna do that. He was off, but I did not like the fact that he said that shit of, when you struggling, remind your kids why. I ain't like that. It was a low blow, Ken. And this is why you always have your own money, because it's niggas, dudes subconsciously keep track financially of what they're doing for a woman. And they will hold it over your fucking head, okay? It's always going to be in their back pocket. Understand that. And then if a man, okay? So a man should never be able to be like, oh, if I walk away, your ass going to be struggling because you got your own, okay? But the thing is, Tricia, you're an engineer, cool. But if Ken is really, you really have somebody there for you, you're just using him for the moment to be comfortable. I think she likes Ken, but she don't want to be married right now, which is cool. But have that honest conversation. This communication, doll, that you're having the issues is just you having to be an adult, okay? Take your ass to therapy. And the crazy part is, Destiny asked her about it earlier in the episode. She was like, no, I haven't tried therapy. I don't think I'm gonna do it. And it's just kind of like, people who keep saying they don't need therapy are the ones who need therapy the most. Tricia, go get that shit off your chest that you dealing with right now, because I'm not finna sit here and say, Ken is just this good man, Savannah, but I mean, he ain't really just, of all the niggas we've seen on TV, he's not, okay? He's not, but you can't make somebody love somebody they don't. But don't fuck this man up because you can't get right, okay? If you don't want to be with him, don't be with him. But don't sit there and then Ken, you sitting there playing this game of like, well, I'll get up and leave. I know when it's time to leave. It's not that easy. Not only are you signed on the dotted line of a place with this woman, but you're intertwined with her kids, So all of this, I know how to pick up and leave. Like, Tricia, you got this man looking like a fool and you did not do him right. Point blank, period. So Martell, Destiny, and Tricia number 1, okay, on the SADIDDY list, all right? And that's honestly where the episode ended, you guys. I hate that this review was super long, but kind of a lot happened this episode. So yeah, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this episode, of the season in totality, of Tricia trying to back Ken up off of her with fighting him. What you guys think about Martell over there with medium ass tuxes, trying to reminisce over there. I do miss it sometimes. That's your fault, motherfucker. Oh, Martell really just pissed me off this episode. What you guys think about Destiny and the Lance situation? And do you guys feel like Destiny has a hard on for Melody, or is it just me? And I think that's it, you guys. I appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure to follow my Instagram and Twitter. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.